Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Judge Dad's Verdicts, where we do some of the most interesting stories ever unearthed on the planet. Some of these stories will just make you shake your head and make you wonder why people are exactly what they are. My co-host Rich Morrow is here. Hey Rich.
What's going on?
It's good to have you. Good to see you.
It's good to see you
And
too.
I heard you have some interesting stories for me.
Don't I always?
Yes, you do. And they are quite the collection.
Oh man, I got a very good collection for you today. I feel like it's only right for me to start in Florida again.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
we've gone through this so many times, but I feel like we get our best chunk of stuff from Florida.
Best is a relative term because a lot of these stories are indicative of the worst.
The worst of humanity.
The worst of humanity has to offer. So I don't know, but
Florida, do not take offense to that, please.
No,
We didn't
no,
mean
no.
that. It was a joke.
Wherever human beings are, the worst of us is always waiting to rear its head.
It's just in Florida, you know. That's where. Yeah.
And so are our better angels.
I mean, I know you probably loved games growing up, right? Playing video games, little games here.
Nope.
No. Okay.
I played real games. I played basketball.
Okay.
Football.
Me too.
Baseball. I didn't sit around and waste my childhood looking at a screen.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, to each his own. But there's a woman out there, believe it or not. She's a sophomore at the University of Florida, so she's a young gal. She said she's so in love with playing Tetris that she plans on marrying the game after she graduates.
Am I allowed to curse on this podcast?
Go ahead, go for it.
What?
That's
Okay.
that's all I'm giving you right now.
First of all, just because I don't play games, I play no video games at all. What is Tetris?
You don't know what Tetris is?
No, is it the thing with the ball?
No, so Tetris is the one where there's like shapes, and it could be like one like an L. They're like little blocks.
Oh,
and you
yeah,
try to
yeah,
get them
yeah,
to
yeah.
fit into each other and as many of the lines. as
Okay,
you know.
yeah.
So
She's in love with the game.
she's actually in love with
But
the
she
game.
wants to marry the game. First of all, that's not even possible, right?
No, it's not legally.
Okay.
No. She's aware of that too, by the way.
But okay, so she hasn't done this already.
she dated a calculator and says that she's started to be aware of these type of feelings since she was as early as 10 years old.
There's a name for this. There's a name. I forget the name of it. There's a name for a condition where you are attracted to inanimate objects.
There's people out there that really, this is a real thing. This is
No, I'm telling you,
like people really.
There is an actual, and I'm having a brain fart, but there's an actual name for the condition where people are attracted to inanimate objects. So
and-
I'm not surprised. My point is, I'm not surprised that she would, quote unquote, dated a calculator.
It gets even deeper.
There's more?
Oh man, she decided at 10 years old she was attracted to things like monorails and iPods.
Okay.
A couple years later, she began dating a calculator by the name of Pierre Deferment. Pierre Deferment broke, and she was single again until 2016 when her heart fell for Tetris, the game. She's particularly attracted to Tetris and plays Tetris literally for dozens of hours a day, like to the point where this is her life. She wears clothing, hats, jewelry, all things Tetris.
Listen. So the condition is called paraphilia?
Paraphilia, that's what it's called.
Paraphilia,
Correct
yes.
term, okay.
And a lot of people, you'd be surprised, not a lot of people, but a significant amount of people
Yeah.
can apparently be attracted to inanimate, like they fall in love with this thing here.
Yeah. But there's one thing to love something. When do you cross over into that realm of being in love with it?
Well, that's what makes paraphilia a condition.
Yeah. When does that happen though? What do you think? Do you have to get
I
physical with it?
don't have paraphilia. I can't tell you.
I'm like very
I
curious
can't tell you
about this.
the moment I start thinking the mic is sexy, like, you know what?
You know, it's like, damn, I love this mic.
I need to take you home.
You know?
I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't
Something
get
tells
it.
me it's probably when you want to get physical with it, I would imagine, right? I mean, the emotional connection, I don't know. That's a tough one.
You on your own with this one. And now a word from our sponsor, ShipStation. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad that I could come to you and remind you that ShipStation is there to support your business in this most wonderful time of the year. It's holiday season. People want to ship packages, move goods. You want to get your product to the people that want them. And there's no better time than right now to be a part of ShipStation and to make it your number one way that you get what you have to the people who need it and want it most. Listen, the hassle and the stress of this season, it affects all of us, not just regular people, but of course, people who run businesses. You. How about we reduce that stress? How about we bring it down and allow ShipStation, who knows better than almost anybody how to move goods effectively and make sure that they get in the right hands of the right people at the right time. To get a free 60-day trial, all you got to do is go to shipstation.com/judgedad. That's all you got to do. And use the promo code JUDGEDAD. A free 60-day trial. Go to shipstation.com/judgedad and use the promo code JUDGEDAD. And of course, thanks to ShipStation for sponsoring the show.
Another note, let's go into the food industry. This is really interesting to me. The COO of the vegan meat alternative, Beyond Meat, was arrested after biting a man's nose off. Can you believe that one?
Yeah.
And digest that real quick.
The irony is I know the CEO of Beyond Meat.
Do you?
We used to go to the same YMCA. We used to go to the same gym. I literally know. And I know his son. This is ironic. Keep going.
Well, it says it was after a football game in Arkansas. So I'm not sure what happened in that game.
So he bit someone's nose off or bit the nose off?
Let's find out if it actually came off. In speaking with both man and a witness, the officer determined that Ramsey had been in the garage of the traffic lane in the garage, exiting the building when the other party's Subaru inches his way in front of his Bronco, bumping the front passenger side of the tire. At this point, Ramsey flew into a rage, got out of the Bronco, punched through the back windshield of the Subaru, and when the guy exited the car, he pulled him close and started punching his body. They then report that Ramsey then bit the owner's nose, ripping the flesh on the tip of the nose.
It's always, whenever you have a story of someone's nose getting bit, there's always road rage involved, right?
You tell me. I haven't heard this one.
No, you cannot have, unless you're Mike Tyson, you cannot have a public display of biting that's not romantic without road rage.
I agree.
I'm just telling you, whenever this happens. So
you do see a lot of crazy stuff with road rage, I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just enough to get out of the car and beat the guy up. You got to do something extra usually.
Biting. You got to bite it. The biting of the nose is it's a little intimate, don't you think?
It's something, especially when you're an advocate for vegan meat.
You really like that joke, huh?
I think it's pretty ironic. Out of all people, I mean, you never hear that story happening with anybody. For it to happen to the COO of Beyond Meat is hilarious to me. This one, I think, is a pretty vengeful one. You hear about situations a lot of times when people break up in relationships and, people handle that differently, et cetera, et cetera. Well, this guy went as far as peeing on his ex-wife's grave every morning for an extended period of time. I'm talking about like a long time.
Wait.
Yeah.
He pees on his ex-wife's grave every morning?
Every morning.
Every morning.
Every morning.
He leaves his house, goes to the cemetery to pee on his ex-wife. This is a real story.
This is a real story.
Okay.
You want to hear more?
Yeah.
Okay. The son of the woman who had passed away saw a bag of feces near his mother's grave. So I can imagine how upset you would be seeing that, and dismissed it as a dog walker's, And then the second time he grew suspicious and set up a hidden camera. And he discovered that his mother's ex-husband had been visiting her grave in the morning and peeing on her tombstone, but upped it up to eventually leaving feces there as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So What do you think happened in that relationship? Because I'm wondering, like, how much do you have to hate someone to get up every morning, get in your car, and go leave feces and pee on their grave?
The level of your antagonism.
You got to be petty. Might be the pettiest person in the world there.
There are no words for how petty you have to be. Every morning you go there and pee on the grave and leave a bag of feces.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not enough that you're dead.
So, okay. We're getting some reasoning for why this happened now, I see. Murphy's mother married her ex-husband in 1974, but their marriage was brief and unhappy.
Clearly.
And the two divorced after Torello got pregnant and claimed that the child wasn't his.
No.
According to the family, in the aftermath, the DNA test proved him wrong. And that family sided with Torello and her daughter. So,
Wait. So the kid was his?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the fact that he was led to believe that it wasn't, he was so pissed off that he still was pretty pissed in, I guess.
So he's mad even after it turns out that the kid was his.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, you know what? No, we don't want to speak ill of the dead, but clearly the woman had some, complications. But he is the problem.
Yeah.
When someone is dead, that is the moment
Where you should let it go.
Where you need to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. No, he's the problem. I don't care what anybody has done to you.
Mm-hmm.
When they die and you still live,
Yeah.
but you spend every morning returning to their grave, there's something wrong with you.
There's
something wrong with you.
Concerning.
You are in bondage, sir. You're in bondage, and you need to free yourself by not returning every morning.
Yeah, no, I agree.
To pee on the grave of somebody why would you pee on the grave of somebody who can't feel it?
Hey, that's a deeper level of hate than I've ever experienced in my life.
You don't even know you're doing it.
I don't know. Let's shift gears.
I'm not done with this.
You're not done with that.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm the judge.
You're the judge. My bad. Don't accuse me.
So what joy do you get out of that?
I don't see any. Well, I mean, clearly he has to enjoy it if he's doing it every day.
And that's the problem. Now we can move on. But that's the problem. The problem is you're enjoying.
There's probably a term for that too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Getting enjoyment out of something so grim. Yeah. I don't know. Shifting gears. We're going to go to New York, your home state, see what they're doing up there. A New York City man was charged with smuggling 3 Burmese pythons in his pants.
What?
Across the U.S.-Canadian border.
The snakes?
The snakes.
How big were the snakes?
It doesn't say exactly how big they are, but I do know that Burmese pythons are one of the largest snakes in the world, and it's considered, a vulnerable species in Asia and invasive in Florida as well.
So he smuggled 3 pythons in his pants across the border to where? Canada?
Yep, the U.S.-Canadian border. Mm-hmm.
How did they catch him?
It doesn't say exactly how he was caught, but I imagine he was going through the border and they did a check on people that were going on this bus. And I imagine if there were 3 pythons, they couldn't be that big. They were probably baby pythons he was smuggling.
Yeah, they had to be. Yeah, because 3 pythons in his pants would have killed his ass. He would be the former dummy who put pythons in his pants. Them snakes don't play.
They really don't. And
they would have squeezed his little tail so tight. Listen, but I mean,
to even attempt that though, think about the kind of person you gotta be, man.
Think about the level of your genuine capacity for stupidity. I mean,
I wonder how much they're going for.
They better be going for a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, like a mortgage. They better be going for more than my mortgage. For me to put some damn snakes in my pants.
You feel me? I agree with you. I definitely agree.
I don't think there's enough money that would well, that's not true. There's enough money, but it would.
Everybody got a price, they say,
and I definitely have a price. but it's gonna take a lot of money for me to put some snakes because I don't like snakes.
Yeah, I don't like you. That's where I kind of draw my line. Snakes and spiders. I'm not a snakes and spiders guy. No. Let's go forward. See what else women are doing out there these days. There's a woman who likes to fart in the cheese aisle of posh supermarkets.
I literally almost got up and walked off. I literally, for a second,
You almost left us for a minute.
I almost took these headphones off and said, I'm done. What the hell did you just say?
She calls it a hobby. She gives a whole new meaning to the term "cut the cheese."
Oh, that's terrible. Did you come up with that joke?
I mean, it's right there.
This is real?
This is a real article. Of course, it got viral from TikTok. So,
of course, TikTok. Thank you, TikTok, for farting cheese stories.
And she literally wrote, "I like farting in the cheese section of posh supermarkets." She became known for a bunch of comedic skits and things like that, but they don't know if she was really joking or not. And she has videos of her doing this.
Yeah, but the question is, why would somebody want to be known for that? Like,
know.
What level of desperate need for attention do you have to have?
It's 2022, man.
I can't. I need to go back to 1997. I need to go back because I don't get it. I would never want to be known for that.
She said she enjoys it.
That's because she's a damn fool.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's yes.
She said she does it just to hear the snooty people talk about how amazing the fresh cheese smells. You gotta admit, she's
a damn fool.
She's out of her mind.
No. Ma'am, if you're watching, you a damn fool. Okay?
Straight from the judge.
You need Jesus.
Yeah, you remember when you were little, people would first, smells like cheese, smells like eggs. I guess that's where she was going with that. I don't know.
No.
So a pilot threatened to turn a plane around and ruin everybody's holiday because a man on the plane was airdropping nudes to people, including the pilot. Initial thoughts on that?
What?
People do stuff like this.
Was he good looking?
Settings. I don't know. They don't really say.
I mean, if you're sexy and you send it out. I mean, if you're sexy, male, female, whatever you like, you're sexy and you're sending out nudes, I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah.
But if you're not, well, okay. But here's my question before I descend into debauchery. Here's my question: why would the pilot threaten to turn the plane around?
Because he probably he didn't appreciate the pictures clearly.
Yeah, but don't ruin it.
Especially going to Cabo too. They're on to Cabo.
Don't ruin the flight just because you're mad because you got to see someone's penis. Don't ruin the trip because you don't want to see penis. I get it. That may not be what you're into, but don't ruin my vacation.
Yeah, they hadn't even got off the runway yet, so they're still like at the gate while this is happening.
Well, okay, but he was going to go back to he was going to kick everybody off the plane.
Yeah, he was about to say we ain't going nowhere.
Okay, so the guy is just sending. First, you can airdrop photos to whoever's around you.
Whoever has an airdrop that their phone's unlocked and it pops up. I was actually in Cleveland, back home at a club probably about 6 months ago, and we were on the dance floor or whatever, talking to two females, and I get an airdrop. And I'm like, who the hell is this? I'm thinking it's one of my friends probably messing with me or whatever. I open it up and it's a dude, bald head, chubby stomach, hand on his hip, completely naked. And I look over at the girls. I'm like, look what somebody just airdropped me in here. And she goes, I know him. He's right there. And pointed to the guy. I was like, well, what the hell is up with that? And I guess people think that's funny. And he was doing it to everybody in there just to see people's reaction when they open their phone.
This is why I need to go back to 1997. This right here. I don't understand this. I don't understand the world that I'm living in. Like I don't understand that.
Yeah, no, that's different. I couldn't imagine putting myself in that position, but people like watching people in uncomfortable situations, man.
That's not what that is. That's someone being
they think it's funny.
Selfish and crazy.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Yeah. That's someone being selfish and crazy. Nobody wants to see your naked ass.
I mean, this was a chubby dude, bald head, this was the last guy you wanted to see doing something.
No. Look, people, stop airdropping your nudes to other people who didn't ask for them.
Yeah.
Okay? It's very impolite.
Is that a crime?
I don't think so, no.
I think it is. If public indecency is, why wouldn't that be any different?
because you're not actually naked walking down the street.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
I mean, that's like sending someone a naked photo.
yeah,
That's
I guess
not a
so.
crime.
Unsolicited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I'm the judge.
It's very intentional when you're
that's why I'm the
airdropping it.
judge.
Yeah,
And he's the
that's a good
co-host.
point.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's very intentional when you're airdropping it. Whatever. We'll move forward. Tomato, tomato.
Have you ever airdropped a photo?
No. You have to pay me for photos, first of all. I am a signed model.
It's literally the best thing I've heard all day. You have to pay him for his photos.
Hey, if you're gonna do it, might as well get paid for it, right? Let's see. Whew, this one's gonna be a little. Oh, New York too, actually. So shout out to your home state.
Yeah.
A streetwear label.
Not Florida.
Yeah, no, it ain't as crazy. I will say these New York stories aren't as crazy as the Florida ones.
That's because New York isn't as crazy as Florida.
One could argue.
No,
But-
one knows.
Okay. A little streetwear label has partnered with a giant in the adult toy industry to create a shoe derived in part from unused, defective sex toys.
What? A shoe? So they created a shoe from dildos? And
Yeah.
I can't do this. Like, what? I don't want to know that my shoe used to be in somebody else's, in somebody's cooch.
You could literally be walking around and your new Nikes could be,
Used to be in
Linda's.
somebody's butt. My shoe used to be in somebody's ass. I'm so confused. What is going on with the world?
I am dead. This is your home state, man.
If I find out that this shoe used to be in somebody's butt, I'm not wearing this shoe anymore.
Man. That's pretty funny now that I think about it. And it's been 2 years in the making. More than 2 years of them developing this. It's not as popular as Nike or, Adidas.
You're damn right
yet.
it's not as popular as Nike.
You never know.
Or Adidas. People don't want that.
But in an effort to maybe, save the environment,
We're not saving the environment. The environment does not need us to make shoes out of dildos.
So check out what some of the reps from the company says. They say something like 28% of the sales are going to women. And they believe they're hitting an interesting narrative and that there's a deeper connection to this.
What's the now they're using the shoe as the dildo? I'm confused. What is the deeper connection?
Just knowing that someone else had pleasure out of my shoes.
Oh, no, that's sick. No, that's crazy. Nope. That's where you lost me. You lost me right where pleasure. No.
This is a real thing, Doc. You gotta be up to date on these kinds of things, man.
Nope.
So this is actually Jersey, I guess. A Jersey City woman was arrested after she applied for a job while she had outstanding warrants at the sheriff's office. She applied for a job in the sheriff's office while having warrants. So she was a fugitive thinking she was going to get a job at the sheriff's office pretty much. I mean,
And she didn't think anybody would notice.
that's what I'm wondering.
She was like, you know what?
She must have really wanted that
How
job.
are they ever going to find out?
It's the last place they'll look.
How are they ever going to know that I have an arrest warrant at the sheriff's office? What the hell? Okay, that's actually dumber than the dildo shoe.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah,
It's up there. Yeah, I will say. They're both pretty.
That is. So she got arrested, obviously.
Yeah, she definitely got arrested. She had 10 bench warrants for failing to appear in court in multiple states.
So she won't go to court, but she'll work at the sheriff's office.
But she'll show up to try to get a job.
She'll show up to work at the sheriff's office. What the hell? Does anybody understand this?
Oh man.
People.
I love people for so many reasons. Man.
People. That's not smart.
Yeah, no.
That's
it's
not smart. No. Don't rush. That's not smart.
No, it's not.
If you can go to work at the sheriff's office, you can go to court. Listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in It's been a ride, hasn't it? This is
definitely has.
quite a little episode we've had here. We'll be back soon, all right?
Yeah, it was so good.
It was. All right, y'all. See you next time.